Are you referring to Ethiopia or Libya? Because I just want I can answer to your last question. Why is it the only choice living? No, at the end the question is that I think that it's an individual choice. When you are doing this travel, you are not anymore thinking about the community or changing your country. So you decide on your own and to do it on your own. When there is no structure that makes you even struggle for a change, you have no hope to see a change. There is not even a spiral of light that makes you that will make you work in your place and change in your place. I was not Dagmawi who was researched or who has been. They are confusing me with their Italian, so and I was not looked for by the Ethiopian government as Dagmawi. I was among many students, many youngsters who were protesting against a fraud that has been done in 2005, in which 2,000 people almost have been killed by the government that still is on power for 20 years. So when you see that there is no structure that will even let you struggle peacefully, so you decide on your own. You say, I will search my future in another place. And it wasn't not my only objective goal to arrive to Europe. I was not that much determined to risk my life to arrive with a boat. But when I met this kind of situation in Libya, I decided that there is no way to go back and there is no way to stay there. The only way that remains is to go for and try your chance. Almost from 1990 till now, 17,000, I don't know, people has died in the Mediterranean Sea trying to cross. So it's not a little number, but it's huge. And I am lucky to arrive, and I'm lucky too because I have got what I need in Italy, expressing, denouncing, and everything I went out for. I think many things have been changed from when I were in Ethiopia and now. I'm not anymore that person that was who identifies himself as an Ethiopian, but I am the person that have an experience in the travel, but also thanks to the culture, the language, the mentality that I am living in, which is Italy. And I have my own family now, so many things have contributed to my identity, and I don't have that much nationalism concept because I know that what brings nationalism concept, which means blocking, which means refuting people, so excluding. I think more in a global citizen. I think when I was saying that things, when you arrive here, you become. I was referring to the people that obtain, like me, protection. But when we were doing that film, there was a rumor that these pushbacks are going to be applied. So even those who might have a document when they arrive in Italy will be pushed back. So it was also referring to those people that might not even, that have the right to ask like everybody, but will be pushed back. For me, I don't know. We were talking about asking the nationality, the Italian citizenship, and it's a stupid orgoglio, come si dice, pride sometimes. But I have this pride of not asking. I'm confused, you know, because I have to think not only now for myself, because I'm not alone, I have a baby, so I have to think many things and put apart my pride of not asking a nationality. But that is also a stupid pride, because many things would have changed in Italy and in every place if the parents that have arrived here or in Italy, in Europe, have had asked the citizenship, because so that their own children will be at least respected, at least some laws would not have been against their own children, because in Italy, if you are not an Italian born or by blood, you don't have the citizenship. So at the age of 18, you have to ask, no matter whatever you have done you have studied in Italy, you speak only the Italian language, you don't know nothing about the origin of the country of the origin of your parents, you are still a stranger. This is also the colpa, come si dice, the fault of many people with this pride, stupid pride.
But anyway, the condition of migrants arrived in Italy legally, or legally, like protected, or illegal because they don't have any kind of protection, the conditions are very, very bad. We don't have in Italy any kind of support for refugees or humanitarian protected people. They don't receive. Yeah, you do. You simply have the document. Okay, you are not illegal, but you don't have any kind of support, economic or also education or any kind of training or something like that. In other countries in Europe, there are this kind of support. In Italy, if you are a refugee, you could also be in a occupied house in the boundaries of Rome and completely unemployed and so on. If you don't have the documents, you don't have any kind of protection, the condition is even worse, of course. The school, as Anita says, the place where we met, and it's completely volunteer school without any public fund. There are a lot of, there are places like that. There are, of course, the Italian civil society and the also local governments, association and so on, organize a lot of services in order to, we could say, to fill the empty of a national program about that. There is also a national program for asylum seeker. It's called SPRAR, Service for Protection and so on. On Italian, is the acronym is SPRAR. But they have like 10,000. They can help 10,000 persons every year, and it's nothing, of course. Now 10,000. At that time, it was like 4,000 or 5,000. Now 10,000 because Italy is always asking to Europe to help Italy, because Italy is on the border of the migration from Africa, and Europe was always answering, okay, we could help you, but you should provide also some support to refugees, because there is nothing. And so we add something in the last years because of the European pressure, but it's still nothing, because 10,000, it's it's completely nothing in comparison with the population of Italy and the number of refugees and humanitarian protection seekers. Of course, the debate should be very long, but I'm deeply convinced that if you give the opportunity to have a legal way to come, if you make larger, I'm deeply convinced also that if you open the border, but let's speak about making larger the road to come legally. It's not true that a million of people will come because now it's open. It's not like that. They would, because it didn't happen like that in the history. When you open the border, it's not true that all the people comes. We have the idea of the Berlin Wall. Now the wall goes down and all the people comes, and we think like that about that in this way, but it's not that the way. So if you give in a community of, I don't know, 100,000 persons, okay, you give 1,000 legal possibility to enter. This community organizes herself in order to find the 1,000 to send. No, that was how the Italians did with America. No, it's not that we send all the people to America or to the places where we were trying to go. We organize also in the families who could travel, who couldn't. If in this community of 100,000 persons you give no way to reach, 2,000 or 3,000 will try to go, because you know that only 1,000 or 500 will arrive. And the 500 who arrive, they have to pay much more than they should pay if there was a legal way. So for me to go to Addis Ababa, it's like 500 euro and 10 hours of plane. Di meno, 6 hours of plane, okay? For him was 4 months, and he was very lucky. Okay, lucky. So of course it's relatively lucky, but actually he was lucky, because for others was much worse. 4 months and 3,000 for about 4,000 euro. Okay, so the incredible amount of energy, economic energy, human energy that you have to put in order to cross a border illegally, it's an amount of energy that you keep away from another way of building connection between countries and cultures. That is in general. Then we should go inside this debate to discover better. But it's obvious that for a country who has economic problem, okay, or also political problem, in order to develop a way to go out from these problems, it's a normal way in the history to send out of the country young people trying to work or to solve the political problem out of the country, and then to come back with money or personally, in order to help the country to better its condition. If we stop them and we don't give them the opportunity to go out, the pressure will be much more than if we give some way.
Yeah, but let me add on your. I mean, the European Union.
You know that there is something.
Yeah, exactly.
Now they are not coming to Italy because the economy is down. So
it's not very attractive, Europe.
Like okay.
It's not very attractive anymore. No people. I mean, people are not coming anymore for economic reasons. For political reasons, yes. No, but I mean, the point.
You move where you know that there is opportunity, where people say, okay, come here because there is protection, or come here because there is an economy, and you move to this direction, not to another one.
No, but let's say the schizophrenia.
The uncontrolled mass is something that is too much pressure on our consciousness on this phenomenon.
Yeah, because we are putting, actually, schizophrenia is that we are putting, European Union are putting a huge amount of money, huge amount of energy to build this border, to lock this border, to prevent like a small amount of people from coming. It's nonsense. And this is exactly what Andrea said. I totally agree. I don't think if the border was open, it's not like Tijuana, Mexico, United States. It's a different border, and I don't think that and even I don't know. But I mean, I don't think if the border was open, there would be like huge amount of people coming, because I mean, also there is no job in the European Union at the moment. So I know many people that say that I would rather, they came in 2011 to Italy because there was the war in Libya, and they're saying I would rather stay in Libya now because there are much more job opportunities there than in Italy. Then Libya is tough because it's a racist country, but there are job opportunities, and people go where you can improve your life and find a job.
This state, I hope that it's a democratic state, and I will give my opinion on that fact. Before the revolution in Libya, Gaddafi was honored by the state, by Italy, by France. He was the example of a great leader. Even with the period of Obama, he was starting to get diplomatic communication with Europe and with America. But when these states knew that the people is against such kind of a dictator, in order not to lose the future economic advantage, they changed, or they turned their back to Gaddafi. So it's hypocrisy. There is an hypocrisy in political relationships between dictators and Western states. That is clear, no? We might state many people on the United States policy on Libya or in other countries. It's obvious that there is an hypocrisy. I don't know if I have answered your question. Yeah? Because, okay. Yeah, that is, at my age when I arrived, I was 28. But so I have lived I have lived most of my part of my life in Ethiopia. So I'm not that one that is going to have an identity crisis, because like I said also first, my identity is constructed by all the things I have lived and by the things I took from Italy, from the language and mentality, and I take all that is useful for me, and I leave what is not useful. So the same thing happens with the Ethiopian culture that I have had, and when I arrived in Italy, I would have to leave all the things that were useless and things that are part of myself, my language and everything. I'm trying to transmit it to my baby, because she will be the person that will have a difficulty in identifying in a society that is not ready to accept her. Exactly like this, because one day she will going to ask me or search for what has happened, why is my father is here, and where did he live. So this helps her to grow well, and she is not half, she's full Ethiopian. If I give her everything that I have, she will be Italian if she because she lives in Italy. So
one of the most difficult thing for his daughter will be to understand my daughter. One of the most difficult thing for my daughter is to to wait while we are speaking on the stage. Okay. Will be to understand that her country tried to kill her father. That is actually, not directly, but not even so indirectly. And that will be very difficult. But that is, in one personal, private story, the problem we have with our future. The problem we are building now respect our future, because we are building a memory of guiltness, against thousands of human beings, and in the future there will be someone asking us why you let them dying in the desert, in the sea, or you ask someone else to kill them, or you kill them directly. And this future is his daughter, and his daughter will ask that to her country and to herself, and will be difficult for her and for the country. Bravi. Non abbiamo detto niente in italiano tutto il giorno, ma insomma. Okay.